Hello traders, my midday video and my bias coming into the end of the day today. We had bad news on the housing sector and we had bad news on the oil sector, but yet the markets seem to continue to have a bid under them today. And wait one second. Sorry about that. I hadn't turned all my audios off. Uh, but basically, we've got the Intel Corporation potentially breaking out of this downward trend we've been in the Intel Corporation, and this is an S&P component and a technology component, and basically that's support right here, and we are up above support and above yesterday's highs, potentially catching a bid in our semiconductors on the Intel front. Basically, now you would think that we are going to get a rally back up to the top of the range here, so the 48.55 area. So just something to keep in mind here that the downward trend is changing on Intel Corporation. Okay. Okay. The FDN, that's your major internet ETF. That's your FANG names. Um, I had a short in Netflix earlier today. And whenever it failed to break back inside this channel, when I saw the buyers starting to step up at the retest of the channel, I closed my Netflix for basically break even. But this is the main chart which I've been watching all day long today. I think there's a very, very good chance that we are going to see responsive buying in the FANG names into the close. An extremely good chance. And you can see we're at a range. We're down here near range lows, okay? And we still haven't gotten back up into this prior uh, support area. You see right now, right here, this uh, wick. We're right there right now on the FDN. And so that's why I'm thinking that there's a very good chance that we're going to catch a rally into the FANG names into the close today. So with your Amazon being the strongest of the FANG names. So that is one scenario I would not short FANG going into the end of the day today, considering this situation we've got going on. Another tool here in the excuse me, on my Thinkorswim platform. The things that are leading the indicator boards, and that's the advanced declines for the Russell and the NASDAQ. Both of these sectors are leading the board on the advancing issues today. And whenever you see the most uh, growth sensitive sectors on the leaderboard uh, going into the afternoon hours, this is the risk on scenario going into the close on Friday. So that's why I really think we're going to see further highs going into the close, seeing the responsive buying interest in the NASDAQ and the Russell. Um, so just keep that in mind that I am not bearish for the close today in the markets, barring some magnanimous tweet from uh, or speech from the Fed or tweet from Trump. I do think that we have a risk on appetite going into today's close. On our NASDAQ issues, Tesla continues to outperform today, right up near the highs of the day session. So I actually took a put trade on that earlier and closed it out for even, thinking it was going to come in, but it is showing some relative strength today. And then we have another one that's potentially breaking the new highs, and that's your applied materials. That's your industrial space. So very strong on applied materials today. And on the downside, the one that's really standing out, that's your NTs, that's a Chinese stock, NetEase. So China stocks are really under pressure relatively today. And we're just not seeing any type of responsive buying into the end of the year in the Asian markets. So just keep that in mind. Still showing a lot of relative strength in the Asian markets in the overnight sessions. And the DAX seemed to be holding up better. Yesterday, the DAX sold off real hard, but it seems to be holding up a lot better today. And then the next one would be, that's something I don't trade. And Allergan, it's come off of its lows today, and some bullish sentiment there. But not many things are pushing to highs of the day yet. So if we start seeing some rotation, I'd like to see some leadership coming in, seeing things making new highs today. And so far, I'm not seeing too much of that. So really, on your Dow Jones, only thing really putting in new highs here, that's your Intel Corporation. Very strong scenario with that possible downward trend breakout. So if we do get some responsive buying in the markets, Intel's probably going to outperform. So just keep that in mind. We don't really have anything making fresh lows today. And the Intel is the one that's really standing out as a very strong situation. And then we have Walmart right off of its highs of the day. And like I mentioned, Amazon is really showing some relative strength here. So that means our XRT, our retail sectors, is likely catching a bid here. So here's what I'm seeing in the retail sector. We're seeing some relative strength in Amazon today. We're seeing relative strength in Walmart today. And we are in this downward channel. So I'm thinking that there's a very strong likelihood we are going to get an end-of-day rally in the retail sector, breaking out of this channel into the close of the day. So just keep this one on your radar. I do not see reasons to think the markets are going to sell off into the close today. I do see a relative bid in retail stocks going into the close and in the FANG names. So that's just a shortened video than what I normally do, but a lot of things aren't trending today. But this is what the setup that I'm seeing for the afternoon session. Good trading, and I will see you Monday.